나랑 도망갈래?
Korean dramas are a new prevailing cultural symbol of Korean society. Every nighttime show on every other channel would be another drama. It is the main entertainment for many Korean households, especially towards the women. Korean dramas are irresistible towards the female audience because many of the times it's the seductiveness of the male protagonist. Every single drama, all male protagonists have similarity in characteristics. He's undeniably sexy and overwhelmingly rich. With these different stereotypes that male protagonists adheres to, this creates hierarchy between these male characters and other minority groups that could easily be applied to reality. Here are some different stereotypes that the male protagonist conforms to. Korean dramas have been setting a new trend in which models are used instead of real actors. Directors have been taking part to use of unnaturally good-looking male protagonists that can potentially degrade the entire drama. As a Korean myself, I have seemed to recognize that the most popular drama is not the one that shows the best plotline or has developed the best film techniques. It is the one that shows the hottest male protagonist. Directors emphasize this by purposely placing unnecessary actions in order to flaunt their looks, such as excessive kissing or flashing of the male upper body, anything that will make the female audience envy. Viewers have only appreciated the featuring of faces rather than the plotline. So much of the drama industry now in Korea here today comes to focus only on the looks of these characters.
잠깐만 행복하고 지정으로 돌아와.
이 좋은 날 왜 이러세요?
선배,
나도 너한테 감정 없다.
야, 니들 왜 그래?
So what does this overexposure prince, badass, handsome like men create within the film? This is a new Korean way directors have been focusing on distinguishing protagonists and supplementary characters through the character's attractiveness. There starts to be a great amount of disparity between the looks of the characters purposely to show the difference of importance. Through these differences, it develops a hierarchy between the main characters and secondary characters. If one is simply better looking than the other, then through drama canon it's decided that the better looking one has more importance to the show or just more interesting as a person. The characters that are not as good looking are assumed to just have a mundane life, unlike the attractive protagonist where it is interesting enough to make a whole series of dramas out of. So what the directors are indirectly doing here are creating a correlation between importance and looks. If one is better looking, then he is more important. If one is not as good looking and a bit uglier, then they are not as important.
Directors not only wish for an actor with an unnaturally stunning look, but also a character that can clearly lead the woman and has a lot of arrogant personality due to its successful background. Nowadays, the usage of rich, noble male protagonists has been a necessary component in Korean drama's plotlines. While the term affluenza is defined as a general feeling of discomfort affecting wealthy young people, Korean dramas have often dismissed this term by including an obvious, yet overly exaggerated gap between the rich and the poor through the presence of a wealthy male protagonist. However, it is evident that this compelling stereotype strives to highlight negative impacts on a society's daily lives, as dramas tend to solely emphasize on the notion that money changes everything. It is also clear that the viewer is exposed to acknowledge that wealth leads to immoral behaviors. For instance, a man with an affluent background tends to be the preeminent savior of his crush through his careless usage of excessive money. As Korean people generally think having luxurious houses represent rich people, rich men in Korean dramas live in extraordinarily large houses. And have you ever wondered if someone in Korea can actually live in these houses in this small country? In addition to the indication of his superiority in society, dramas also intentionally show his wealth in a cunning way. For instance, young protagonists are always inclined to introduce themselves as the heirs of large, famous businesses in Korea.
난 이 집에서 나갈게. 4일만 줘. 집 옮기는데 드는 시간이야. 그리고 집 빼요. 병원도.
뭐? 집을 빼라니 그게 무슨 소리야?
우리가 안 친해서 말을 못했어 내가. 이 건물 다 제 거야.
넌 카페 말고 다른 일자리 찾아야겠다. 그것도 내 거거든.
제주도 절반이 이 회사 거라는 소문날 만큼 부동산 재벌이다. 천재는 다 가난할 거라는 편견을 버려. 국사책에 나온 문화재 독립운동가 소윤회, 우송박물관 주인이 F4 소희정네 할아버지야.
내가 돈 준 광고 모델이 내 돈 협찬으로 하는 결혼식이면 내가서 광고예요. 돈 쓴 만큼 확실하게 홍보 효과 뽑아내세요. 돈 쓴 만큼.
And the worst part is, when the male protagonist is represented as someone who owns everything.
저 푸른 바다 같은 우리 둘만의 아름다운 곳 paradise.
Why do you have to care so much about the stereotypical portrayal of men in Korean dramas? The answer lies upon the negative consequences that affect both genders. It may be obvious that as women see the difference between a prejudiced representation of men and the scarcity of these men in reality, female viewers' perspectives are altered. On the other hand, dramas have also been affecting the men's views on how they should behave in society in order to succeed. As expected, fashion trends that resemble that of models and relationship methods through trending phrases set by male protagonists have been rising. Therefore, directors should start including male protagonists from a lower class becoming successful with their relationship so that the audience's attention on the plotline is not immediately halted by the wealthy male protagonists. For instance, in the drama Good Doctor, the male protagonist, who is from a lower class society and mentally handicapped, proposes to his crush and gets accepted.
뭐?
예뻐서요. 달빛에 비친 얼굴이 너무 예뻐서요.